pullback is temporary movement against an upward trend. So I could be traveling from 10 to 12, go down to 9, pull back up to 14. That 9 is a pullback because we were at 12. We came down a little bit to 9, but we shot back up to 14. It's a temporary movement against an upward trend. All right. Reversal is a meaningful change in direction. So say we got that same one. We go from 10 to 12, down to 9. But instead of pulling back and going up, we going back down. 8. Then we down to 750. And it's changed directions. It's no longer in an upward trend. Now it's trending downward. Okay. And then last but not least, sideways or range or consolidations. And remember, those 3 words are interchangeable when we're talking about market structure. So sideways is no clear sustained upward or downward trend. Like we can't tell if it's moving upward or downwards. All right. And now that brings us to rules. Rule number 3. So remember, rule number 1 was we don't chase. We're not chasing prices, okay? We're making an educated guess with all the context and the information that we collecting, but we're not chasing. We're not looking and saying, oh my gosh, they're leaving me. I got to get in. No chasing. Rule number 2 is volume is information, not instruction. I'm not looking and saying, oh, there's a million trades, a million shares being handed from buying to selling. I need to jump in and buy me some too. And then sell me some. No. It's just information. Why is there a million shares, but normally they do 200 million? Or normally they do 2 million? Or why is it a million shares being traded and normally they do 500,000? Why did it increase? It's just information, not instruction to jump in. All right? Or sell. And that leads us to rule number 3. One candle does not define the trend. One candle is one word in the story. The market structure is the story. One candle for 5 minutes or a minute or 10 minutes or whatever the duration of that candle is not telling you what that whole market trend is doing unless it's a daily candle. And it's showing me, okay, for today, this stock is in an upward trend. But even with that, you need to be looking at those individual candles and seeing why. Did something happen compared to what's going on in the news? That's relating to why it's in an uptrend or why it had a temporary slip down here. Is that going to affect it tomorrow? You need that information, that context. So rule number 3 is one candle does not define the trend. All right. Let's move on to the quizzy quiz. Now, I was asked to start writing the questions down for the quiz so people can see it. And I love that. I'm going to do that. Question 1. Explain swing highs and swing lows like you're in kindergarten. All right. Question 2. TJP had some swinger highs that goes from 20 to 23 to 27. Is that higher highs or lower highs? All right. Question 3. TJP has some swing lows that go from 18 to 21 to 25. Is that higher lows or lower lows? Question 4. We combining question 2 and question 3. So we have the same swing lows that go from 18 to 21 to 25. Swing highs that go from 20 to 23 to 27. Is that in an upward trend, a downtrend, or sideways, and why? All right. Question 5. We have some swing highs of, it started off at 50, goes to 47, then 44. The swing lows is 48 to 45 to 41. What is the structure? Is it down, up, sideways? And what does that structure consist of? High highs, high lows, low highs, low lows. With the abbreviation. All right. Question 6. True or false? If I see 3 green candles in a row, the stock is definitely in an uptrend. True or false? And why? Question 7. we have prices that go from 10 to 15 to 13 to 17. If we assume 15 was a swing high and 13 became the next swing low, from 15 to 13, what was that called? When the price moved from 15 to 13, what is that called in the structure? All right. Question 8. A stock has been making high highs to high lows to high highs to high lows, and then one red candle appears. Does that automatically prove that the uptrend has reversed? Why or why not? All right, question 9. You have a stock moving from 10 to 14 to 12 to 16 to 13 to 18. Identify the first swing high, the first swing low, the next swing high, the next swing low, and the final swing high. After you've done those, are you getting high highs plus high lows or low highs plus low lows? And depending on which one you're getting, what type of structure is it? Is it upward, downward, or sideways?